Tonight on Live from the Theater Basement, the cast and crew, well, just the crew, the director and musical director from Flagstaff Music Theatre's Something Rotten, a musical about the creation of musicals. Now, why in the middle of speaking would someone just break out into song? Isn't that crazy? Ha! A hilarious comedy set in 1595. Welcome to the Renaissance with FMT tonight on Live from the Theater Basement.
Visit Heath's Paint Center in Flagstaff for paint, blinds, drapery, custom shutters, fabric treatments, wallpaper, and more. Located at 2905 4th Street in Flagstaff. Heath's Paint Center.
I'm your host, Chris Farrell. Tonight's correspondent, Jamie Hassapis, talks with director Kathleen Leatherwood and musical director Bailey Cunningham about Flagstaff Music Theatre's production of Something Rotten. I had the privilege of seeing this on Broadway, and it's hilarious. When you get a chance, go see Flagstaff Music Theatre's production. Here we're going to have Jamie talk with Kathleen and Bailey here on Live from the Theater Basement.
And thanks, Chris. I'm so glad to have the two of you on the show tonight. So, Kathleen, you are directing, and then you are co-music directing and conductor, correct?
Correct.
All right, Bailey. Go, girl. So, tell me a little about Something Rotten.
So, Something Rotten is a fabulous musical. I actually had the good fortune to see it on Broadway 6 years ago and was so taken by it and have always wanted our group to do it. And when I found the rights were available, I thought it would be perfect comeback show for us after COVID, after all this time.
Oh, you had a great show at the end. You know?
Yeah, and then we'll be bringing it back in. So it's about two brothers who are writers, and they are in competition with the most popular writer of the day, who is Shakespeare.
Oh, of course.
And one brother in particular is very out of joint with Mr. Shakespeare and all of his works, and is wanting to find a way to surpass, I guess, what he is doing so he can make a name for himself. And so, long story short, he ends up contacting a soothsayer to see what the next big thing in theater is, and it is...
And that's such a great role.
Yeah.
It really is.
And it's musicals, and so it's a really fun show with very catchy tunes, and it is definitely a musical theater lover's dream. There are so many references to so many beloved shows, anything from Fosse-related things, Phantom of the Opera, Cats,
Joseph,
South Pacific,
Oh.
Oklahoma, Music Man. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, great. So who's all on the production team?
So we have an incredible production team. I myself, Kathleen Leatherwood, I'm directing. And then we have Doug Riddle is our music director. And then Mr. Bailey here is helping out with that as well, and then is also our fabulous pit conductor. We have the good fortune of having actually 3 ladies helping us with the dance. We have Leslie Baker, who we've had for so many productions, and it's just phenomenal. We also have a new lady who's come in, just moved here from California, and her name is Lisa Aquino. She has 50 professional choreography credits to her name, and is incredible with the specialty in tap. And our dance captain is Caitlin Bird, and so she's helping out as well. And the reason we have this trio is the music numbers are like nothing anyone in this town has ever seen from our company. We have full-fledged tap numbers that you would think of in productions like 42nd Street and throwback to the old school tap.
And you've probably seen a larger community as well. You know, smaller communities don't often have the whole stage tap dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one of the rehearsal clips on Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it just came from a 3-hour rehearsal today, actually, of tap, and really working hard, and it's going to be absolutely spectacular.
I can
Very
hardly wait.
professional.
I can hardly wait for that. What are the dates that they're going to be performing?
So June 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then
Uh-huh.
the following weekend, June 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Oh, for 2 weekends only.
For 2 weekends only,
Okay.
and tickets are actually already available
Oh, I
on
didn't know that.
Eventbrite. Yeah, on Eventbrite.
Okay.
And you can purchase them in person as well, but it is recommended that you purchase them ahead.
And where's the performance going to be this year?
It'll be at Sonawa Middle School.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
You're back to Sonawa.
We are back to Sonawa.
And,
We needed a big stage, a big pit to house this cast
Yeah.
and the
Yes,
set,
indeed.
and just to.
That was my very first performance with Flagstaff Music Theatre, was at Sonawa.
That's
That was great. It was so much fun.
And so, but that's kind of a general overview. But Mr. Bailey Cunningham here might be able to speak a little more to the music and the process there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so is it with the music production? So many people, getting that choral music going and the parts and all that.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a ton of incredibly talented singers. We have a huge cast, which is fantastic, and we also have a huge pit. We are going to have 10 musicians in our pit. We've got a 10-piece pit. And I am very lucky, very blessed to be able to be playing keyboard 1 as well. And so we just have a ton of moving parts, ton of moving pieces. But in the end, it all comes back to, just like Kathleen was saying, the references to already existing Broadway shows, and a very, very kind of heartwarming, beautiful score. I was also lucky enough to get to see it on Broadway in its heyday. Something Rotten is incredible live, whether it's done, at a professional Broadway level or at a local community theater level.
Uh-huh.
It is a hilarious show with amazing music.
Oh, that's great. And so are those musical references for those different musicals?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it references everything from Andrew Lloyd Webber, like you were saying.
So the classics, Oscar.
Yeah, you've got Oklahoma. You've got Rent references, and yeah, I'm literally looking through the score in my head, kind of picturing all of the different little tags that it has.
That is fabulous.
But yeah.
Well, and as Bailey was saying, the score in and of itself is, it was one of the few shows that I have walked away from after seeing it one time where I had the songs in my head.
Oh,
It's
wow.
an extremely, extremely catchy score.
I've only done that once.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
yeah.
So what are some of the challenges that you're finding,
Well, it is our first show back after
Uh-huh.
COVID, and so just making sure that we're being safe, that we're managing everybody's schedule. It is a large cast, and so making sure that our rehearsals work for everybody
Okay.
it is a bit of a challenge here and there. But I also have to say, and this is the truth, this is the most close-knit, helpful, caring cast that I may have ever worked with. It's certainly in the top
Really?
few. I mean, they give 100% at every single rehearsal, and this is hard work. It's hard music, it's hard dancing, and they put, as I said, I just came from the 3-hour rehearsal today with the tap dancing, and they're just willing to pitch in anywhere. I have people helping with costuming. I have people saying, oh, I know this person at NAU that can help as stage manager. I know, it's just a situation where I feel like all of the stars have aligned. And it's this wonderful crossover of people from Theatrikos, from our own group, a lot of new people, including the lady who's choreographing, Lisa, from California, and then our dance captain who just moved here from Colorado.
Nice.
So it's this wonderful cross-section of people that I've worked with before and that I've never worked with before, and they are working together so beautifully.
Absolutely.
It's a joy to go to rehearsal every single time.
Absolutely.
Oh, sweet. I'm so happy about that. So when we all get together to go see it, okay, the tickets are available on Eventbrite
On
and at the
Eventbrite.
door nights of the performances. What are some other things or surprises maybe that we would be expecting?
Well, you may have an unexpected solo right from the beginning from our pit conductor.
I may or may not start the show out of the pit.
May or may not. And I think that the audience will just be surprised in general about how wonderful the story is. It is such an engaging story, and it really has a heart to it. It's very, very funny. It's very Mel Brooksian in places, but then also has this center of heart. And I just think people are going to walk away singing, just as we both did from when we saw it the first time, and be blown away by the level of talent in this community.
Well, there is a lot of acting, singing, performing talent in this town.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a lot of hidden talent in many people in this town.
Absolutely, and we want to bring them out.
Yeah, bring them out, give them those opportunities,
and this is just the show to inspire them to do that.
Oh, I hope so. We need more people in music theater to do it.
Absolutely.
I'd like to do some large shows, it'd be great. With some really good talent. Fabulous. So, we have 1 minute left. Is there anything that you would like to add before we leave?
Just that I hope everyone will come out and see this. Bring your friends, bring your family. It is an experience that you will never forget, that you will likely want to come back and see again. And we just hope to see you there.
All right, well, thank you. Again, the performance is?
Something Rotten, and it will be June 3rd through the 12th at Sanawa Middle School. And tickets are available on Eventbrite.
And what times?
7 o'clock for evening performances and 2:30 for matinees.
And 2 matinees or?
2 matinees.
Two
so it'd be
matinees
3
each?
performances per weekend. So
Okay.
2 evenings and 1 matinee each weekend.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you being here tonight. And thanks again live from the theater basement.
Thank you.
Dr. Jane Barnwell specializes in pain management without opioids and in helping patients safely and comfortably reduce opioid use. If you need relief, come see Dr. Jane Barnwell. www.barnwellmd.com.
Special thanks to our correspondent tonight, Jamie Hassapis, and the good folks from Flagstaff Music Theatre talking about their upcoming production of Something Rotten. Go ahead and check it out. Our director, Kathleen Leatherwood, and Bailey Cunningham, musical director. Yeah, I gotta say, I think that Doug is also the musical director, Doug Riddle, also the musical director, and Bailey Cunningham, musical director. I might be getting the titles wrong, but they're all wonderful. And if you come see the show, you even get to see me in a small part. Yeah, they should give you a discount on the tickets for that. Hey, live from the theater basement, producers Jamie Stanton and Linda Sotera, engineer Matt Brewer, technician Ava Haynes, who's getting all the credits to run correctly at the moment, associate producers Virginia Brown, Joe Maniglia, Michael Rulon, correspondents Mackenzie Chase, Jamie Hassapis, crew Justin Moscow, Isabella Zagari, and executive producer Chris Farrell. Live from the theater basement, dropping every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. And this, well, every Sunday evening, one more Sunday evening. This is our second to the last episode. It is, well, not second to last. We only got a couple more. Anyway, it's available wherever you get your podcasts. It's a production of Theatrikos, Deuteron Films, Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase. Lots of people it takes to make this show happen. Theatrikos Theater Company, Flagstaff, Arizona, is the theater company of Northern Arizona and the Grand Canyon, embracing the spirit of Broadway with such shows as Nonsense, running July 22nd through August 14th. And remember, Flagstaff Music Theater's production of Something Rotten. Live from the theater basement, the weekly podcast streaming show from Theatrikos Theater Company alternates between 10-minute short plays and interviews with Arizona arts leaders. If you as a listener viewer have input, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at theater@theatrikos.com. Live from the theater basement with new episodes every week, every Sunday at 7:30, and wherever you get your podcast, is funded in part by Creative Flagstaff, formerly the Flagstaff Arts Council, and the Arizona Community Foundation. Additional funding from the Arizona Commission on the Arts, Flagstaff 365, BBB revenue of the City of Flagstaff, Calf Country Radio, and patrons of the arts like you. Thanks for joining us tonight on Live from the Theater Basement. This is Theatrikos. Coming up next week on June 5th on Live from the Theater Basement, we will talk with Theatrikos volunteers. You see a few of them there. It takes 200 or more volunteers to keep theater doing great shows. Who are those volunteers? They're Ava Haynes, who's volunteering to make sure this show happened. And we've got a number of volunteers there. Jenny Brown, Bracken Davis, Kelly Gibbs, and Annette Falaha, all seen right there. They'll tell you about what it takes to make theater happen. That's next week, June 5th at 7:30 p.m. and wherever you get your podcasts.